So yeah, hi everyone. So today I will be speaking in English because many of my friends have requested me that to speak in English because they were not able to understand Bengali much. So I will try to, although I could express better in my mother tongue. So yeah, in the last video, actually, I was probably I appeared very depressed, and I was maybe I looked very sad, even though looks wise I may still look sad, but yeah, I'm much better. So thanks for all of your concerns. So what I would like to mention over here is that uh, see, of course, like I was depressed, I was sad because it's a shock when you make a lot of monetary losses. So I will share what was my psychology. I actually maintained a journal, a trading book to analyze my losses from the very first day. Like even from it's not that after I made the losses, then I started making the journal. I was making it from the very first day to analyze what kind of trades I'm making. So what happened is that I analyzed that out of the 20 days, 16 days I was making profit, but those 3 to 4 days I was making huge losses, big losses. So that was the problem. And why I was making those big losses, it was not because of technical analysis being wrong, but my mindset. The major culprit, or the major root cause behind that was my mindset. My trading psychology is not matured enough. So having capital as per your strength, having knowledge of technical analysis, having infrastructure, having the time, having the interest is not enough until and unless you have the trading psychology. So I will mention about, I don't know, again, like trading psychology can't say that my psychology is foolproof or something. There is always room for improvement. So how will you know whether you are in right track or not? Well, it will only start, you will only realize once you start reducing your big losses. So profit is not the indicator. So profit is like next level thing. So profit is not the indicator that whether you are in right path. Because when I started, even though I was having a wrong mindset, I made profits. So I thought that, okay, maybe it's so easy. I said to some of my friends that I don't understand why intraday trading is considered as too much tough. But the thing is that making easy money is the toughest thing to do. Okay, so which I realized, this is just not a quote, which I realized through my losses. Anyway, so now the time, like I know, like I realize that execution of whatever suggestions my friends, my family members gave me, first of all, like I don't know whether I was brave or I was weak, but I surrendered myself, and I really told everybody that I made this mistake, uh, just to share what I was feeling, because I was really unsure of myself. That's true. I was not sure whether I repeatedly told one thing, whether my ambition is dragging me to some kind of path which I am not good enough to follow. So, but probably with time you keep getting the answers, okay, because you are looking for those answers. So some kind of answer or some feeling will come from your inside. So nobody will tell you externally, because you know yourself the best. Maybe you do not know yourself to the highest level possible. So it's a journey of knowing yourself, as per me. So I got an inner feeling that uh, like channelizing the energy is the most important. So my energy is driving me to many places. So I am being controlled by my energy. I am not controlling my energy. So I have to channelize that. So I wanted to do something. It's not that I am looking for the what is the most toughest thing to do. Okay, so let's do UPSC because it's the toughest exam. Let's do trading because it's the toughest thing to do. So it's not like that. So, I mean, naturally, all my instincts, my inclination went towards all these things. So I don't know how, but yeah, but I can't leave the market as well. So leave in the sense, like I can stop trading, but I can just, because I make losses, I can't just look somewhere else and just get aloof from the economy market, which are a topic of interest for me. I have been a student of science, but during my UPSC struggle, I could pick up even public administration. I gave 2 papers of public administration and scored quite good marks. So that gave me a lot of confidence that it's not about being a science student, commerce student, art student. Everybody is a student, irrespective of the subject. When time requires, you should be able to pick up. Okay. The only bad thing happened to me is that monetary losses, and that happens. That you have to accept that happens. That has happened with many people who has not even entered into trading. Money you can't guarantee it will stay with you, but one thing is guaranteed is the knowledge. So I have seen that. I've said that as well. That to some people knowledge will come easily. To some people money will come easily. I have seen that to me, knowledge comes relatively much. I mean, compared to money, it comes way more easily because monetary gains I am not able to do. But let's avoid that. Okay, so I think that if you try to achieve something which is not your forte, it will go. So it happens in relationships also. So the girl you love, she will stay with you if she has feeling for you. So if you try to keep her with you forcefully, or then probably she will feel suffocated. So same thing might be applicable for any system. So don't try to keep anything like which is not under your control. So it's kind of a like if you just it's kind of a sand. You can't let's hold on to sand, right? So one thing I have assured to everyone around, and I promised to myself that monetary recover probably. I don't know whether I will be able to do or not. Nothing is impossible. I don't think it's like throughout my whole life I will not be able to recover. You never know. Even I don't know. But that is not my concern. I mean, that will be a byproduct. I cannot be a slave of money, or rather anything. Okay, I can't be a slave of my job. I can't be a slave of my money or anything materialistic, even spiritual. So suppose like, I mean, nothing can drive me, like nothing can control me. So I have to control everything. If I want to be spiritual, then I cannot be driven by only spiritual feelings. That I'm reluctant to hear anything else. Only spiritual things entertain me, or I'm interested only in that thing. That should not happen. I cannot be driven by only one subject or some composition of subjects. Rather, I have to open to life, open to everything. So even if I do not like something, I have to be receptive about that. So I am not liking the fact that I have made losses, but I have to be receptive towards that. So one thing I have assured or promised to myself that something is in my control, that the mental recovery. Okay. So yeah, my friends have said that you do this, you do that. But execution is tough. I understand, because when we are in school, we are in college, everybody is given the same syllabus. Everybody is told that you read this chapter, questions will come in the exam from this chapter only. But even after that, the marks varies, right? The execution, because the execution varies. So yeah, but the execution is in our control, it's in my control. So one thing I can promise that I don't know whether monetary recovery I can do, but mental recovery I will definitely do. And I will not only recovery, I will make profits in mental strength. So that's the only goal I have right now, because there is no risk involved in it. So so the only thing which I'm going to measure for myself is how much efforts I'm giving, how much constructive efforts I'm giving. So that's the only measurement I'm going to do. I'm going to stop bothering about what is the output of my efforts. Okay, so that is what I have, maybe that is a mistake I have been doing, that okay, I have given 6 years of efforts, UPSC I am not able to clear a particular exam. So what is the output? But I have seen that maybe I have not cracked that exam, but I have picked something that will be remaining with me for my whole life, that is learnability. Because if a science student can learn public administration and score good marks in the toughest possible exam, in the mains exam for 2 papers, for which lasted for 6 hours, 3 hours each. So nothing is impossible, and it is so. That's what I wanted to say. That yeah, you keep driving yourself. So like then I mean, what I was saying, that the learnability. So if I can do that thing, I can pick up anything when the time requires, or even if so the only thing is that probably like I am not a, I mean, good, I do not have a very strong foundation of knowledge about how to handle money management, or money, especially in case of trading, not individually money management, not, because I whatever I saved was through FD, simple recurring deposit, fixed deposit. I had no idea about mutual fund or SIP earlier when I was very started my professional career. So even I did not have the money to do that as well, because I started with an education loan. So I have to pay the loan. I have to pay my little bit contribution to my family. So one good thing I have, maybe I have made lot of losses, but one thing I have made sure, till the 12 years or more than 12 years, like I'm about to complete 13 years in September. So I have never missed any month where I have not contributed financially to my parents, who has borne all the pain and made lot of sacrifices. Every parent does that. But every parent does that doesn't mean that their contribution is any way less significant. Okay, so it's like kind of saying like, okay, every God gives you blessing, so that blessing doesn't matter. So it's not like that. So every parent does that. My parents also did that. Now one more thing is that I will talk about parents, like what my feelings are. It's maybe it is not too much traditional, and it differs from many people. So apart from respecting the fact that I respect my parents, I also do not consider them as God. I consider them as human beings. Human beings also make mistakes. They also need support. They also need the same things which any other human being would require, because I am also a parent. So so maybe parenting has given me a lot of understanding now, which I and with age you understand. So anyway, so irrespective of all the fact, I feel happy because when you feel that things are going haywire, out of your control, one thing is in your control, that is how you will recover yourself mentally. That is in your hand. So nobody can dictate your feelings. So you may be standing in a graveyard, you may be standing in a bunch of so-called failures which you thought that it's a failure, but maybe if success is an illusion, that maybe failure is also an illusion. So I will not bother about illusions. I will not bother about the outcomes. I will only bother about whether I am being honest every day to give my efforts. And whatever I planned, when my head is still, when I'm thinking logically, at that time I make some plans. But what happens during execution, I deviate from my plans which I created myself. So my measurement about myself or whatever, it will be only going to do that whether I am sticking to my plans or not. So that probably that will give me a lot of boost and help me in mental recovery. And yeah, and probably I will be more contributing more to all of the people around. And let's see. So yeah, this is not been a technical discussion. So I will also share that what was I thinking when I made those losses. I was in profit. In the same day I was in profit, and then I slipped to loss, and that has happened repeated times. So what was the psychology? So I believe that I am a logical person. I have think logically, and I've achieved good results because of my thinking, because of my rational decision. So few mistakes cannot rapidly overnight change a person completely. So have to believe in believe in yourself, which I have to believe in myself there, because it's not, I have not seen only bad results. I've also seen good results. So that was also taken by me. So yeah, the journey continues. I will share the failures. I mean, failure trades, not my failure, not my failures, but the trade which failed. And how I made those failures bigger. I mean, I could have stopped those trades, but I did not. I saw the losses getting increased, and I kept waiting. So all these things I will keep on sharing. I kept on averaging down. So it's like everybody says, it's like catching a falling knife. So yeah, I think I'm talking about too many topics, but I will try to, whenever that time permits, I will try to focus on one topic and say accordingly. So thank you, everyone.